Chief Ezekiel Adoyer was a man whose name echoed across West Africa. His companies, factories, transport fleets, 0.077 seconds, and hotels were pillars of the economy. 0.1010 seconds. His signature meant power. His decisions shaped industries. His wealth could bend policies, shift markets, and elevate 0.1919 seconds people from nothing to fame. Yet all that he had built over decades of relentless ambition could not hide the 0.2626 seconds, single wound that had never healed. He had no son. At 65, he had 5 daughters, each born into comfort and privilege. Liana, Marielle, Camila, 0.3636 seconds Jordan, and Shweta. They inherited their mother's beauty and their father's pride, but none possessed his discipline, loyalty, or respect for 0.4444 seconds legacy. To Ezekiel, daughters were a blessing, but a son carried the family name. And now, as sickness crept through 0.5252 seconds, Shim like a silent thief, that unfulfilled longing returned with brutal force. 0.5858 seconds. The diagnosis came suddenly. 1 month, Ezekiel strode into boardrooms with the authority of an emperor. The next month, 1:61 minutes 6 seconds, he struggled to lift a pen. His weight dropped rapidly. His hair thinned. The sparkle in his sharp eyes faded into exhaustion. 1:151 minute 15 seconds. Doctors delivered the verdict without mercy. Aggressive cancer, ruthless and fast. 6 months, they said, if God was 1.231 minute 23 seconds kind. His wife Amara played the grieving partner in public. She placed gentle hands on his shoulder, whispered 1:311 minute 31 seconds, comforting words to the nurses, and attended every appointment with a perfectly curated expression of sorrow. 1:371 minute 37 seconds. But behind closed doors, the sparkle in her eyes was not grief. It was calculation. 1.431 minute 43 seconds. For 25 years, she had waited for this moment. The moment the empire built by her husband would finally come within her reach. All she needed was patience. 1:521 minute 52 seconds, Ezekiel was dying. Eventually, 1:551 minute 55 seconds, everything would be hers. But care for a dying billionaire was demanding. He needed help. Bathing, eating, dressing, 2:12 minutes, 1 second and moving. Rather than hiring a trained caregiver, Amara chose someone inexperienced, someone who would make mistakes, someone who could later be 102 minutes, 10 seconds blamed. That was how Kira Mosi, a 22-year-old girl from the poorest outskirts of Arua, entered their world. 2.162 minutes, 16 seconds. Kira had grown up in a one-room shed with a leaking roof, cracked walls, and no running water. Her mother sold tomatoes on a roadside table. Her 2:42 minutes, 24 seconds, brothers picked scrap metal to earn a few coins. Kira had managed to finish part of her schooling, but fees forced her to drop out. When she heard about a 2:322 minutes, 32 seconds housekeeping job in the home of a wealthy family, she didn't hesitate. She lied on the application form, pretending she had experience. She needed the money desperately. 2:432 minutes, 43 seconds. From the moment Kira stepped inside the Adoy mansion, she felt she was walking inside another universe. Glass chandeliers glittered overhead. White 2:522 minutes, 25 seconds, marble floors reflected the light like water. Giant sculptures decorated the hallways, and every surface gleamed as if 2,582 minutes, 58 seconds touched by magic. Amara looked Kira up and down with a cold smile. "You will take care of my husband," she said. 3:63 minutes, 6 seconds sweetly. "He cannot walk. He cannot feed himself. You will do everything. If anything happens to him, anything, you will be responsible. Do you understand?" 3:193 minutes, 19 seconds. Kira nodded, her stomach tightening. 3.223 minutes, 22 seconds. She did not understand why the warning felt like a threat, but she needed the job too badly to question it. The first time she saw Chief Ezekiel, he was 303 minutes, 30 seconds sitting in his room, staring out a wide window that overlooked the garden. 353 minutes, 35 seconds. He looked nothing like the powerful man she had heard about. His skin was pale, 403 minutes, 40 seconds. His shoulders sagged, and his hands trembled slightly as he rested them on his blanket. 453 minutes, 45 seconds. Good morning, sir? Kira whispered. He turned slowly, his eyes dull and distant. Who are you? 543 minutes, 54 seconds. My name is Kira, sir. I'm here to help you. He nodded without emotion and turned back toward the garden. 4024 minutes, 2 seconds. For Kira, that moment marked the beginning of a journey she never imagined. 4074 minutes, 7 seconds. One that would place her at the center of a battle for legacy. 4124 minutes, 12 seconds greed, and survival. Kira's first week in the audio mansion felt like a test designed to break her spirit. She had never worked in a wealthy home before. 4,224 minutes, 22 seconds, never handled delicate china worth more than her entire neighborhood, never managed medications with names she couldn't even pronounce. Every morning, 4,314 minutes, 31 seconds, she woke before dawn, washed her face with trembling hands, and whispered a quiet prayer before stepping into Chief Ezekiel's room. Her mistakes were many. 404 minutes, 40 seconds, on the second day, she burned his breakfast while trying to multitask. On the third, she mixed up his medication schedule and panicked when he stared at 474 minutes, 47 seconds, the pills with confusion. Once, while helping him stand, her foot slipped on the polished marble, and both of them, 4,544 minutes, 54 seconds, staggered dangerously before a nearby chair saved them from falling. Any other employer would have fired her. Amara certainly expected her husband to 525 minutes, 2 seconds, explode with anger. But Chief Ezekiel didn't. Instead, he watched Kira's frantic apologies with an expression that was not irritation, but sadness. 515 minutes, 11 seconds. You are trying, he whispered one morning as she placed his soup on the tray. No one tries for me anymore. 185 minutes, 18 seconds. Those 6 words shook Kira more deeply than any scolding could have. 535 minutes, 23 seconds. She began writing down every instruction in a small notebook she kept tucked into her apron. Medication times, food preferences, physical therapy routines. 5:25 minutes, 32 seconds, 7 the temperature he liked his drinking water. Slowly, she adapted. Her hands steadied. She learned the rhythm 405 minutes, 40 seconds of his needs. But while Ezekiel softened toward her, the rest of the house sharpened their claws. The 5 daughters returned to the mansion one by 485 minutes, 48 seconds when they learned their father's condition was worsening, and each brought a storm of entitlement with her. 545 minutes, 54 seconds. Lyanna, the eldest, walked into the house like royalty returning to her palace. At 29, she believed the family empire should already be in her hands. 6:36 minutes, 3 seconds. She barely spared her father a glance. 6:56 minutes, 5 seconds. But, Kira? She scrutinized the young maid as if inspecting a threat. Where did mother find this? 6:146 minutes, 14 seconds, she asked loudly on her first day back. Marielle, the social media queen, 6:196 minutes, 19 seconds, treated the mansion like a photo shoot studio. She set up ring lights in every hallway, 6.246 minutes, 24 seconds practiced poses in front of giant mirrors, and barked orders at Kira to adjust lighting or fetch outfits. 6,316 minutes, 31 seconds. Every day, she filmed content with captions like, "Caring for my sick father," while never stepping foot into his room. Camila, Amara's favorite, 6,406 minutes, 40 seconds, acted as her mother's shadow. Silent, 6,436 minutes, 43 seconds, observant and cruel in subtle ways. She would send Kira on pointless errands just to watch her run up and down stairs breathlessly. 6,526 minutes, 52 seconds. Jordan, sharp-tongued and spoiled, was openly hostile. 6,566 minutes, 56 seconds. She called Kira village girl, gold digger, and once charity case. 7,027 minutes, 2 seconds each. Insult delivered with a smirk that dared Kira to respond. And last was Shweta, the youngest, frail from her 7:97 minutes, 9 seconds own cancer treatments, her thin frame wrapped in silk blankets. But weakness did not soften her heart. She summoned 7,177 minutes, 17 seconds. Kira constantly. Clean my sheets, bring water, fix the curtains, even when other maids stood idle nearby. 7,247 minutes, 24 seconds. To them, Kira wasn't a human being. She was an object. Amara watched all of this quietly, satisfaction gleaming in her eyes. 7,347 minutes, 34 seconds. The busier the daughters kept Kira, the more mistakes she would make with Ezekiel. And the more mistakes she made, 7,407 minutes, 40 seconds, the easier it would be to blame her when the inevitable happened. 7,447 minutes, 44 seconds, but Kira endured everything with patience. She woke each day at 5, worked until midnight, scrubbed floors until her fingers blistered, cleaned Shua's 7,537 minutes, 53 seconds vomit without flinching, and carried trays heavier than her own shaking arms. 7,587 minutes, 58 seconds. She seldom ate more than one hurried meal per day. She hadn't visited her family in weeks, and yet, amid all the cruelty, something unexpected happened. 8,088 minutes, 8 seconds. Chief Ezekiel began talking more. At first, it was simple appreciation. You remembered my medication. 8,158 minutes, 15 seconds. The soup tastes better today. Thank you for helping me sit. But then his words took a deeper shape. 8,248 minutes, 24 seconds. He spoke of his empire, its beginnings. 8,268 minutes, 26 seconds, its struggles, its victories. He spoke of betrayals and broken trusts. He spoke of the loneliness that wealth brings. 8,348 minutes, 34 seconds. And Kira listened with the quiet intensity of someone who had never been listened to herself. 8,408 minutes, 40 seconds. One evening after she had fed him dinner, he asked, Kira, do you know what it feels like to have everything and still feel empty? 8,488 minutes, 48 seconds. She looked at him with gentle eyes, and in that moment, something between them changed. Something fragile, dangerous, and irreversible. 8,558 minutes, 55 seconds. The shift between Chief Ezekiel and Kira happened slowly, like dawn creeping into a dark room. Quiet, unnoticed, but impossible to ignore once it appeared. 9,049 minutes, 4 seconds. The more time Kira spent by his side, 9,069 minutes, 6 seconds, the more the dying billionaire began to reclaim pieces of himself he thought were lost. Her presence softened him. 9,129 minutes, 12 seconds made him talk, made him remember what it felt like to be seen as a human being rather than an empire. For Kira, the 9,199 minutes, 19 seconds, transformation was unsettling. She had come into the mansion trembling with fear, burdened by poverty, and determined only to survive the job long enough to send money home. 9,309 minutes, 30 seconds. Yet now here she was sitting at the bedside of one of the wealthiest men in the country, listening to secrets no one else knew. She didn't understand why he 9,379 minutes, 37 seconds trusted her so deeply, but she felt the weight of that trust settling into her heart. One evening, after another exhausting day of serving the entire 9,459 minutes, 45 seconds Oya household, Kira entered Chief Ezekiel's room with his night medication. She expected him to be asleep. His breaths often grew shallow. 9,539 minutes, 53 seconds by sunset. But instead, he was sitting upright, watching her with an expression she couldn't decipher. 9,599 minutes, 59 seconds. You look tired, he said softly. 10 minutes. 2 seconds. Kira froze. No one in the mansion ever asked how she felt. She wasn't prepared for kindness. 10 minutes, 10 seconds. I'm fine, sir, she whispered, placing the pills in his palm. His fingers brushed hers as he took them. The touch. 10 minutes, 17 seconds lasted only a moment, but Kira felt it all the way to her heartbeat. After swallowing the medication, he sat down the glass and motioned to the chair. beside his bed. 10:27, 10 minutes, 27 seconds, sit with me. 10:29, 10 minutes, 29 seconds, sir. I should finish the dishes downstairs. Madam, please. He interrupted Jaws just for a moment. 10:37, 10 minutes, 37 seconds. Kira hesitated, then slowly lowered herself into the chair. A faint breeze slipped in from the window, carrying the scent of night flowers. For the first 10:45, 10 minutes, 45 seconds time since she began working there, the room felt peaceful. How did you end up here? He asked quietly. Kira blinked. 10:53 and 10 minutes, 53 seconds surprised. No one had ever asked for her story. 10:56, 10 minutes, 56 seconds. I had to leave school, she began, her voice trembling despite her efforts to stay composed. My mother couldn't pay my university fees anymore. My brother's 11:05, 11 minutes, 5 seconds dropped out too. This job, it was the only chance to help them. Ezekiel listened with a stillness that felt sacred. 11:14 Olen minutes, 14 seconds. So everything you endure here, you endure for them? 11:19 11 minutes, 19 seconds, she nodded, wiping a tear before it fell. 11:23 11 minutes, 23 seconds. You have something rare, Kira, he murmured. A beautiful heart. I see how my family treats you. And yet I have never heard you complain. 11:34 11 minutes, 34 seconds, not once. 11:36 11 minutes, 36 seconds. Kira swallowed hard. Complaining won't change anything, sir. I just try to do my best. 11:43 11 minutes, 43 seconds. Your best, he whispered, is more than my own blood has ever given me. 11:48 11 minutes, 48 seconds. Those words cracked something inside him. His daughters, spoiled, selfish. 11:53 11 minutes, 53 seconds. Heartless were a source of pain he had learned to bury. But Kira's presence stirred emotions he hadn't felt in years. Gratitude, affection, hope. 12:03 12 minutes, 3 seconds. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, 12:05 12 minutes, 5 seconds, he said the sentence that would change both their lives forever. Kira, I wish I had a son. 12:13 12 minutes, 13 seconds. She glanced up sharply. Sir? 12:18 12 minutes, 18 seconds. Ezekiel turned his gaze toward the window as if the darkness outside held the answers to a lifetime of regret. My 12:25 12 minutes, 25 seconds, father used to say, a man without a son leaves nothing behind. I didn't understand it then, but now, as I face the end, I finally do. 12:37 12 minutes, 37 seconds, his voice trembled. When I die, 12:39 12 minutes, 39 seconds. Everything I built will disappear into the hands of people who don't deserve it. My daughters care only for my money. 12:46 12 minutes, 46 seconds, my wife. She waits for me to take my last breath. Kira's heart clenched painfully. 12:54 12 minutes, 54 seconds. You are the only one who treats me as a human being, he continued. The only one who still sees value in my life. 13:02 13 minutes, 2 seconds, a knot formed in Kira's stomach. She sensed where this was going and fear began to rise inside her. Sir, 13:11 13 minutes, 11 seconds. What are you trying to say? 13:14 13 minutes, 14 seconds. Ezekiel slowly reached out, his frail fingers trembling. Kira, 13:21 13 minutes, 21 seconds. I want a son before I die. 13:95 13 minutes, 25 seconds. I want someone who carries my